Families on faith adventures at home. When we entered lockdown many weeks ago, the children and youth team discussed how we could support churches working with families who would now be worshipping at home, unable to attend their churches. We wanted to provide something that was not being provided by anybody else, as there was a lot of material out there. We also wanted to provide something that was uniquely URC and that enabled families to worship together and develop faith in the home. We took inspiration from the Friends on Faith Adventure materials, realising that the FOFA groups would now not be meeting in person, and we wanted to support them as well as a fledgling project, as well as the pilot companies. Families on Faith Adventures at Home was created. Each week since then, just before Easter, a small group from the CYDO Plus team meet to write and release this new resource every Thursday morning. The resource is aimed at young families with children up to around 11 years old. And we have a few principles that we try to stick to. These include that it must acknowledge the various situations and types of families that exist. For example, grandparents might be using it online with their grandchildren, as well as parents and guardians using it in the home. It also must acknowledge the challenges and difficulties of lockdown and living in a pandemic. We also wanted it to use materials that an average household would have and wouldn't expect families to print endless sheets of paper. We also try to ensure that it works as a truly intergenerational whole family tool, and that it allows space to speak to anyone at whatever point they are on their faith journey. It always has a Bible story at its heart, following the FOFA schedule, with different ways to tell and explore that story. This is followed by creative, messy, fun ways to play and explore the story and theme. It's got creative hands-on prayer ideas too, to use to explore and express your own responses to God. The golden rule for the writing team was that we had to try everything out at home and photograph it before it would go in the resource. So, as you can imagine, our homes are full of the evidence of being on this writing group. I personally feel that it's one of the best resources to come out of the URC, and it has been well received, not only in our own denomination, but internationally and across other denominations. People are using it to create ways to support local families and even schools. Now, we don't know if this resource will continue after lockdown, but for now, we will continue to write and continue to release it every Thursday morning. We would love to hear how you are using it and whether you see the need for it to continue after lockdown. Thank you very much.